Hi guys, today we are going to discuss very important topic, that is traveling wave tube. So first let me tell you the outline of our today's lecture. In our today's lecture, first we will discuss the basics of traveling wave tube. Then we will discuss the operational parameters of traveling wave tube, then structure of traveling wave tube, then working of traveling wave tube, and at the end we will discuss applications of traveling wave tube. So first let me tell you about the basics of traveling wave tube. So what is a traveling wave tube? The answer is that the traveling wave tube is a microwave amplifier and is capable of amplifying over wide range frequencies such as 300 MHz and higher. It is a specialized vacuum tube that is used in electronics to amplify radio frequency signals in microwave. It belongs to categories of linear beam tubes such as clystrons. Two major categories of traveling wave tube are helix traveling wave tube and the second is coupled cavity traveling wave tube. The major advantage of the traveling wave tube with respect to other microwave tube is to amplify a wide range of frequencies. In traveling wave tube, bandwidth is very wide as compared to the other tubes. And now we will discuss the operational parameters of traveling wave tube. Its operating frequency ranges from 300 MHz to 50 GHz. Its power gain is from 40 to 70 decibels and usually it is 60 decibel or 60 dB. Its output power ranges from few watt to megawatts. And now we will discuss the structure of traveling wave tube. In traveling wave tube we have a heater and a cathode, which collectively we called as electron gun. Then we have focusing plates, then we have magnets with north and south pole, attenuators, coil which we also call slow wave structure, and at the end we have anode which we also call as collector. Here electron gun is the purpose of electron gun is to produce a controlled collimated beam of electron from the cathode, and when cathode is heated it emits electrons, and usually electrons are emitted at 75 degrees centigrade. Commonly used cathode is barium oxide. Then we will discuss the slow wave structure which we also call coil. It has a helix wire which is usually made up of tungsten and is closely wound in order to give a constant velocity of propagation. The important point is that the slow wave structure can propagate microwave signal at approximately the same speed as the electrons. Here we have attenuator region to absorb the RF energy which may be propagated in the reverse direction, and without it the tube could be unstable and can self-oscillate. At the end we will discuss anode which we also called as collector. The final part is collector, which is capable of trapping the electron beam and dissipating the remaining energy as heat. Focusing field is provided to prevent the beam from the spreading and to guide it through the center of the helix. The signal to be amplified is applied at one end of the helix, and amplified signal then appears at the other end of the helix. Now the important point is that the amplification process takes place by continuous interaction between an electron beam and electromagnetic wave along the entire drift space between the input and output points. And for a prolonged interaction, it is necessary that as the electron beam progresses, the radio frequency signal should also move along with it. In order to achieve this, it is necessary that the velocity of both the traveling waves and the electron beam should be approximately the same. But here the velocity of electron beam depends upon the anode voltage and cannot be increased beyond a certain limit, whereas the radio frequency signal propagates with the velocity of light. So we can say that the velocity of the radio frequency signal must be retarded if the interaction between the two is to be taken place. And this is usually done by the waveguide or by helix, which we also call spiral of a wire. We pass the radio frequency wave through helix to retard the velocity, and that's why we have said that a slow wave structure can propagate microwave signal at approximately the same speed as electrons. So this was the construction and working of the traveling wave tube, and at the end we will discuss the applications of traveling wave tube. So the first application is that they are used in radars. They are also used in civil communication systems, and they are also used to guide wireless weapon systems. So this was our lecture on traveling wave tube. Hope you guys like it. See you guys in our next lectures. Thank you very much.